Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall with Simpler Trading doing the nightly market update for Wednesday, July the 30th. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy Fed day. As you can see on the chart here, crazy move today in the S&P. This is the ES I've got here. And this was on the Fed rate decision. Here's the NASDAQ, here's the RUT or the Russell, and there's the ticks. But let me clean this up and we'll look and zoom in here today and look at what happened. Oop, we don't zoom in that far. All right, so here we go. Today, again, Fed meeting 2 o'clock today Eastern time. No rate change as we expected. Now going into this Fed meeting, there was about a 95% chance of no rate cut. That's exactly what happened, and that was right there, I guess, when the announcement was made. And then this is when Powell starts talking, and as you can see, the more he talks, the more the market goes down. That was at 2:30 Eastern when Powell started talking, and I was trading and doing other things. I wasn't watching him or listening. I have no idea what he said, but I was watching the market go down. And that's, I guess that to be expected. I thought that we might not go that deep, and in fact I thought we might even go higher because there was such a big chance of no rate cut that it was not going to be a surprise to the market. Well, what was a surprise, obviously, and again I haven't looked, is the language around what Powell was saying. But in any case, big flush down here. This was on SPX. This was about 6,400, and of course 6,430 ES, and we came all the way down here to 63.66. So big flush down. Some consolidation, kind of back and forth, figuring out which way we're going to go, and they had this massive run into the end of the day, took out the high on the day, and then went higher. And right here is when we had Meta report right here, and as you can see, Meta reported here, boom, all the way up right to our voodoo tree line. I mean, almost to the tick, 772.06, 772.5, almost to the exact tick. And here's where we are right now. I don't know what that one is, but the current price is right there. And this, the conference call is going on, so very positive for the market. For Meta, I forgot to mention, we had Meta and Microsoft both report today. Check that out. There's Microsoft, same thing, and we report here 512 now up to 555, right to our voodoo snow line. And again, we're just kind of chopping along here. The conference calls, I'm sure, are going on right now. They just reported 45 minutes ago. So far so good, and of course that gives some tailwind to the market. Everything looks pretty good. Let's look at the NASDAQ real quick. So there's the NASDAQ after hours, and as you can see, we took out the high on the day and just up and away. So this bodes very well for more upside initially, right? But what else do we have to look at? Well, think about this. We have got, so this was today, we have Meta, Microsoft. I didn't check Robinhood. We've had, Visa, SoFi, PayPal. This is during the week. Rambus, Boeing, UPS, etc. Spotify. Tomorrow we got Roblox. That'll be actually interesting. Norwegian, if you've been looking at Royal and Carnival, they've been kind of going bonkers, which is kind of surprising. But tomorrow the biggie is going to be Apple, back to back with Amazon, with Coinbase, with Reddit, with Riot, with Roku, with Cloudflare. I mean, this is going to be big tomorrow after the close, and I think I'm expecting good things. Apple and Amazon both are. I'm not sure. We'll get a little more clarity tomorrow during the day. I think the earnings are going to be fine. They'll go higher and all that kind of stuff. But what does that mean for the market? Because we're in a little tricky place here. If you look at, of course, where the Fed, let me pull this picture up for you. If you look where the Fed was, I'll take a screenshot of this before the Fed meeting. Now this was before. This is for the September. The July one was today, right? The September is the next one. There was a 57.9, so a 58% chance of a rate cut. Current rate's 425. That's 400 up to 425. This is 425 to 450. So there was a 60% chance of a rate cut for September, right? Now it dropped 45%, 58 to 45%, 400. So now there's more of a chance of no rate cut. Guess what? The market doesn't like no rate cut. The market wants a rate cut. Trump wants a rate cut. Everybody wants a rate cut, right? And we'll get it. It's just a matter of time. Powell was kind of kicking the can down the road. We've talked about that before. You know, it may be good or not. I don't know. I know we waited way too long to raise rates, you know, way back, but he's more of a data-driven person. He's waiting and that type thing. So this implies not, you know, a less chance for a rate cut at the September meeting. Now there's not a Fed meeting in August, right? So we have coming up, of course, we got all those big earnings coming up. We've got PCE on Thursday. Let me pull this up. We got PCE, that's tomorrow. Again, all those earnings should go higher. I think we get into next month, we will have the next CPI report will be August the 12th, I believe it's August the 12th, and I think the next PPI report is going to be August 14th, so I think it's the 12 and 14 right here. Of course, we'll have payrolls on the 1st, you know, all that good stuff, and a lot more earnings. We're still, you know, we're approaching kind of halfway point basically with, you know, with earnings. But the point is, you know, keep on your toes this next several weeks because it might get even a little more crazy. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's start here. This is a 1-day chart on the ES, and let's go to a 20-day. That's roughly a month. Trading days, 20 days, and it's lower left, upper right. Everything looks good. You can see how large that turnaround was today, all the way down, all the way back up. That's kind of crazy. But let's go out a little bit further and do a little more exploration here. And we go to the 1-year chart. And basically, I mean, we are, this has been such a long, this is about 30%. And it's been basically uninterrupted. And we are way overdue for a pullback here. It would be healthy for the market to pull back here. I think it's coming. Seasonally, August and September are weak to the tune of about 1 to 3% lower. That gets us down kind of around here, maybe. You know, I don't know. We'll see. But we could pull back, you know, to any one of these levels and still be in an uptrend to then resume higher here, right? Because I'm still bullish. If it pulls back, I will be a buyer. I don't see anything on the horizon that's changing my mind about that. We still have a lot of money flowing in the market. Now that will, you know, it's a spigot and it'll turn off and then the market will start pulling back. That will be healthy. That'll be the best thing for the market to go higher, is to pull back some. And we all know it's coming. You know, we're very extended and all that. So that's just kind of part of the market process and the market cycle, right? So looking for higher, looking for a pullback, most likely August, September kind of time frame, and then maybe again we take each decision, you know, day by day. Then at that point we buy the dip and we have another run higher here, because I think with the coming rate cuts and earnings, you know, accelerating, AI increasing productivity, tariffs getting out of the way, all that kind of stuff, I mean, the future looks bright, honestly. But again, you know, we'll take it day by day and decision by decision. So I wanted to keep it kind of short and sweet on this video. I want to remind you guys, I'm doing a I'm doing a free webinar tonight, actually. And I hope you guys can make it. We're going to talk about how I've been trading this market. This might look like a pretty treacherous market this year with, this is the beginning of the year, ho-hum, everything's great. Tariffs, boom, boom. Everybody got crushed. Everybody got out here. We got out. We were shorting down here, and we were getting long here. It's been a really good year. I want to show you how I traded that and how to look at, more than that, how to look at a market and evaluate their decision-making process. So try to make that if you can. It's a free webinar. I'll put a link down here, and I hope to see you there. And if you have any questions, let me know. You can reach me, bruce@simplertrading.com, and I will help you any way that I can. And join me in the trading rooms there as well. So watch out the next couple of days and the next couple of weeks with all the earnings, with all of the data coming in, especially PCE, etc. And just use tight stops, manage your risk. That's what I've been doing. So hope that helps. Hope it makes sense. And I will see you guys at the next update. Thanks. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me